I would ask that you would join me as you are able and standing for the reading of the gospel. On the Sabbath, Jesus was teaching in one of the synagogues, and a woman was there who had been crippled by a spirit for 18 years. She was bent over and could not straighten up at all. When Jesus saw her, he called her forward and said to her, "Woman, you are set free from your infirmity." Then he put his hands on her, and immediately she straightened up and praised God. Indignant because Jesus had healed on the Sabbath, the synagogue ruler said to the people, "There are 6 days for work, so come and be healed on those days, not on the Sabbath." The Lord answered him, "You hypocrites! Doesn't each of you on the Sabbath untie his ox or donkey from the stall and lead it out to give it water? Then should not this woman, a daughter of Abraham, whom Satan has kept bound for 18 long years, be set free on the Sabbath day from what bound her?" When he said this, all of his opponents were humiliated, but the people were delighted with all the wonderful things he was doing. This is the word of the Lord. May it bless, convict, encourage, enlighten, and empower its hearers this morning. You may be seated. And he purchased a very rare and expensive box of cigars. And they were so rare and expensive, he even insured them. And he insured them against other things, but fire. And within a month, having smoked his entire stockpile of these cigars, he hadn't even made a premium payment on the cigars yet. They were gone. And so he filed a claim with his insurance company. And in his claim, the lawyer stated that the cigars were lost in a series of small fires. Well, the insurance company, they refused to pay, citing the obvious, that the man had consumed the cigars in the normal fashion. And so this lawyer sued the insurance company and won. In delivering the ruling, the judge, he agreed with the insurance company that the claim was frivolous. The judge stated, however, that the lawyer held a policy from the company in which it had warranted the cigars insurable and also guaranteed that it would insure them against fire without defining what is considered to be unacceptable fire. Well, the insurance company had to pay the claim. And rather than endure a lengthy and costly appeal process, the insurance company accepted the ruling and paid the man $15,000. After the lawyer cashed the check, the insurance company had him arrested on 24 counts of arson. With his own insurance claim and testimony from the previous case used against him, the lawyer was convicted of intentionally burning his insured property and was sentenced to 24 months in jail and $24,000. Insurance companies, you gotta love them. But you gotta have it. I mean, things happen. Illnesses happen. Whether it's health insurance, whether it's car insurance, whether it's home insurance, whatever. Insurance This man, who won and then lost against the insurance company, suffered some financial, shall we say, self-inflicted wounds. And there are people today in the church and outside the church that are living with wounds. Not necessarily physical wounds, but spiritual wounds. They have this morning what we might call yourself could be here this morning with a weight or a burden that has you shackled to the point of distraction, like this woman. Years. She had known nothing but defeat, nothing. 18 years. Excuse me. She had this crippling spirit. From which they cannot seem to escape or defeat. Which seems to so easily sidetrack them. None of them should feel alone. Whether they're struggling, especially if they're struggling with sin, nobody should ever feel alone. Even the Apostle Paul struggled with sin. Yes, I am full of myself, after all. I spent a long time in sin's prison. I decide not to do bad, but then I do. And gets the better of me every time. Let's take a look at this woman, what she did. I mean, her situation was distracting, to say the very least. Have you ever thought about your perspective on the world? In my case, looking at people that are taller than me makes me wonder what it might be like to be tall. I have never lived in a world where I could see the top of the refrigerator. This woman was bent over. You know what? Sin will bend you in ways you never thought possible. You'll think in twisted ways. You'll have no ability to be objective about it. What sin might be warping your perspective this morning? What is it that you would hang on to that is dragging you down and keeping you shackled. This woman was enslaved for 18 years. That's a long time. How long would you go on without seeking deliverance from God? Why do we keep on trying to do things ourselves when God stands ready, able, and willing to help? Yourself on the wrong road? Come on, I will see some head shaking or something. We've all been there. I can recall a trip to New Jersey many years ago. I was probably, Piper, how old were you? Me and my cousin, who's a year older than I am, and his mom, my aunt, and I think my sister went, and my grandmother. Every day was an adventure and an argument. And we found ourselves, I say we, like I was doing any of the driving at that time. My granddad was driving, and my grandma kept saying, "You're on the wrong road." Well, finally, he decided he was on the wrong road, and then, Lord mercy, it just blew up from that point. Why didn't you tell me? Once you figure out that you're on the wrong road, how long do you stay on it? Now, let's forget the driving for just a minute. Now, let's talk about life. A person will go down the wrong road that they know is not right. But sin has such a grip on them that they cannot let it go. The longer you participate in some sinful habit or act, is that the easier it gets to just tune out your conscience. You become hard of hearing to the things of the Spirit of God. You become skillful in shutting out the voice of reason within you. In Psalm 19, the psalmist prayed this: "Cleanse me from secret faults. Keep back your servant, keep back your servant also from presumptuous sins. Let them not have dominion over me." Doing things that we know are wrong, yet we've done them for so long that they just almost seem right. This woman, who had been bent over for 18 years, was powerless to help herself. And you know what? If we flat giving up, we think that there's no way out. There's no way that we'll ever be freed from this sin that so easily besets. Like this woman, there are people out there that have only experienced defeat and despair. day after day and week after week and year after year, how long would we go on like this? How many of us relate to this woman this morning? But here's what she did. Wait for him to come. She went to him. Maybe even some among us. Long to be free from a weakness. Don't want anybody to know about it, really. Put it plainly, he fixed her. This morning, if there this is not a showroom for Christians. This is the maintenance shop. When Jesus saw her, he called her. He knows you today. He knows everything that you deal with. And he is just God's will to deliver everyone from sin. It's his will to set us free from need to quit going back like a dog returns to his vomit or a pig to the mire. Let Jesus free you this morning. And when Jesus frees you, you are free indeed. This place knows, but God knows. He knows everything about me. I will by no means cast out. Do you need a touch from the Savior this morning? I would invite but you need to be freed from Jesus is here. And he will free you. So as we sing our closing song this morning, we're going to sing He Touched Me. It's 367 in your hymnal on the screen behind me. If you need a touch of Christ, let's stand together and sing. He touched me. I will never cease to praise Him. This place this morning, if we have something that has a hold on us, any sin that might befall us, be hanging on to us, have us shackled and bound, may we get rid of it before we go out.